Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today's album is the American classic, American Beauty by the Grateful Dead, released on November 1st, 1970. This was the Grateful Dead's fifth studio album released by Warner Brothers Records. And this album was a continuation of sort of the folk rock and country stuff they had kind of started exploring on the previous album, Working Man's Dead, which a lot of people consider to be the companion piece to American Beauty. And Working Man's Dead had come out earlier in 1970. And so, some people point to this as one of the first sort of Americana albums, and I tend to agree. It's definitely evident in the songwriting. There was a lot of sort of harmonies, melodic type material. The album definitely wore the influences of Bob Dylan and, of course, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Now, this album did reach the charts. It hit number 30. I mean, Grateful Dead was never known as sort of a commercial band, but this did reach gold status, and it later went on to reach platinum and double platinum, one of their best-selling albums. It was ranked number 258 on the Rolling Stone album list of 500 greatest albums of all time. And so this album was the sort of combination of a very prolific songwriting partnership between Grateful Dead member Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter. Again, Working Man's Dead was the first one of those albums, and they quickly followed it up with American Beauty. But not all of the songs are written by Hunter and Garcia. You also have songs like Phil Lesh wrote Box of Rain. Bob Weir wrote Sugar Magnolia. Those were songs. Operator was one of the only songs by Pigpen. Grateful Dead fans may correct me on that. But yeah, the Operator featured Pigpen on vocals. Certainly one of the only vocals. But the album really is a nice, warm, acoustic based. Mine's a later pressing on the Warner Brothers label, just to show you that. But I think, the difference between this and Working Man's Dead is that, to me, there was a lot more care put into sort of the singing and the harmonies on this album. It's just a warm, nice, friendly album. It's an album you can put on and listen to it and really absorb a lot of nice music. Of course, I was going to mention another big song on this album that a lot of people know. Of course, the hit "Truckin'," which was a big hit for the Grateful Dead. So, commercially speaking, I will say that I'm not the biggest fan of the Grateful Dead. I'm not a big fan of the jammy, 20-minute tracks. But albums like this are pretty easy to go along with. I mean, most of the songs are around 4 to 5 minutes long. They're digestible. And again, it's a very warm, sweet-sounding album. So, it sounds really, really good. It's just like hanging out with an old friend for a while. And so for people that really aren't sure about the Grateful Dead, or they're kind of scared of the whole jammy, over the top sort of vibe, I recommend this and Working Man's Dead as sort of two really good albums that you could probably put on and get something out of. So that's why American Beauty is today's daily record. Like, comment, share, subscribe down below. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Check out my other channel. And in the meantime, I'll see you all again tomorrow with another daily record.